So I figured I'd try something different this time around, narrating or giving a little bit more insight on my training and my thought process behind it. So the focus for this session was mainly using the umbrella or parasol as a form of distraction or a soft shield or block before counterattacking. The whole session started with me doing rear ambush response, turning the umbrella to face the opponent to also obscure my draw. This next one probably looks familiar if you're familiar with the tension ryu. I believe it's called a Nawatadachi. This was kind of experimental, using the umbrella kind of as a little bit of a projectile. So I kind of had to test and see the aerodynamics of it a little bit. But once I kind of had an idea of how it would fly, I started working on different angles, literally. So tossing the umbrella forward to obscure my draw, or to distract, or to block, and then following up with a few strikes of my own off center or at an angle. These next two were me experimenting with the idea of multiple attackers and using the umbrella to give me a little bit more time to either draw or counterattack. Because I couldn't control exactly where I wanted the umbrella to go, I started experimenting with the idea of dropping the umbrella. You can kind of see it fell on my head there. Playing with the idea of dropping it as opposed to using it to toss or block or anything like that. Just getting it out of my hands as quickly as possible and responding. I left this next clip just to be a testament of what could have happened during like rainy times or muddy times or slick surfaces, floorboards covered in water or blood, you never know. Maybe something to experiment in the future. The angle of the drop kind of changed a little bit here into a bit of a slight toss up to give me a little bit more time to cut. Still hit my umbrella there. But this is kind of one of my favorites that I've played with during the session. Kind of reminds me of a scene from Samurai Champloo. These next few are probably my favorite of the whole session. It started kind of as a tilting of the umbrella, but it quickly turned into a false bow, or a feigning bow maybe. One of the reasons why I like it is because not only is it disarming mentally, but because the umbrella is moving directly at the target and obscuring my draw, I can close the distance a little bit quicker. That's at least what it feels like. If you have any experience with the idea of straight attacks versus looping attacks, that's the logic behind pushing the umbrella forward as opposed to throwing it up or swinging it to the side. Alright, if you enjoyed this commentary, like and let me know. Either way, I probably plan on doing more videos of just my meditations on certain things, so keep training.